Comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
Hello and welcome to Money on the Floor. I'm here to help you pick it up. Talking about arbitraging, talking about this new Apex. We're trying to trade it right now in a flag pattern. We've already been following it. We're trying to show it to its full extent. This way you can learn how to do it, and it could be a very simple trade that you can add to your repertoire and actually make some money. Or this could be your only trade you do and you make tons of money with it because they are everywhere. They're called flag trades, also pull trades. They're very similar. Basically, you have a line going up, you go sideways, and then we continue the same direction. It's usually a continuation trade. Now we have Apex is going to be going live in a month, so we're very excited. I'm just trying to show you how easy it is to make money with it, so maybe it's something you decide you want to utilize. Maybe for extra income, quit your job, just maybe take on a new car payment. Maybe a better house to rent, or maybe a house to buy. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that could help you out here. Let's take a look at my trade that we're talking about. Here we are, still a little bit positive. Basically, what happens is we had a big push up, a lot of volume. We went up, hit resistance. We came back down, we're going sideways. So what we're thinking this is we have support here. If we cross this line here, we're going to close the trade and there's a loss because the trade's obviously not going to go our way or is not ready. But what we're hoping is going to happen is we're going to go sideways to a point and then take off, and whatever we took to go into this flag is what we're going to do to come out of this flag. So we're looking for a 2-to-1 trade. If we're going to get out of this trade, it means we're going to lose one block. But if we're going to win, we're going to win 2 blocks. So that's our goal. And we'll see how this works. Time will tell. Here's our trade. We're still a little bit positive. Also, we had the make this bigger. There we go. We're a lot of positive over here. Before we're very negative. And if you looked at Bitcoin on the day chart, we have a day candle. So I'm thinking market cap's going to go up throughout the day. That's why we took that trade on the market cap. So it gives you an idea of what I was thinking. So you know, so maybe you can utilize it, or you can think I was totally wrong and you have your own way of doing it. But either way, maybe this will help you. All it is ideas, suggestions, and then you need to find your own path because we're all different people. We all eat different. We all walk different. We all get excited different. So you need to find what works for you. I'm showing you what works for me. I make a living doing this, trading currencies. The cryptos is new to me, but I still enjoy it. And it's all the same theories. It's actually easier to trade, I think, because it's more pure. But the problem is I don't know the time of day to trade it. That's something we're learning. So once we get that figured out, that will help too. So let's take this back down to the 5-minute chart. It looks like we've got 3 candles in a row going up. That's awesome. We can go ahead and close this out of the way. I always have trouble getting these things to work. Come on. There we go. So we're into profit. That's great. We still would like to go higher. We'd like to go up to the next line. Then we also have our market cap trade, which is just a tiny bit negative. So the market is coming back. That's great. Now this trade might go on for a long time. This thing could go sideways for quite a few hours. So we may never actually get to see the end of this unless I record it and then bring it up later. But the plan is if we go past this line right there, my dotted line for my cursor, we close the trade as a loss. It's a small loss. Probably wouldn't trade anymore that day on this particular pair unless we had come back up and it's starting to go back into our flag pattern, go up. Maybe I would take a buy trade at this point and then have another one up here. Because ideally for the flag pattern, the best way to do it is not take your trade. Well, a lot of people want confirmation. They want to see it take off, return, hook back, and then go. They take the trade there. Now, a lot of other people are more aggressive. They want the trade at the bottom. They wait for this to come all the way back down to maybe here. Then they take a buy trade here. And they say, okay, if it blows past this, then I'll get out because it's obviously not a flag pattern. But then what happens when it comes up to here and it breaks to the top, they place another trade. And when it goes, because we're usually going to go this distance, so that's going to be about 3 of these. When it goes past the first line, they'll take another trade after that. And then they'll be ready to close. If you get a green candle or something telling us maybe it's going to turn around, we'll close them all in profit, or 1 in a small loss and 2 in profit, however it works out. But those are definitely different ways to trade it. And you have to try them all. And right now we're in practice mode, so it's a good time to try it. Because if you lose, you learn. But if you lose, it's not real money. But the problem is you don't want to make bad habits. You want to treat it like it's real money. But just remember that you won't have the stress right now. When it's real money, you will feel stress. And if you trade too large, the stress will be too much and it'll make you do things you don't want to do. And that's what's bad. So when you start to feel that stress, you need to do a smaller size, lower for your trading. That'll calm you down. Trade smaller. And in the beginning, you should always trade small. Never trade large. And always keep the same trading mentality and the same trading size. All because you see something you feel might for sure go. Don't try to throw in something large to have that gambling idea that it's going to work. The idea is you want something that works 60 to 70% of the time. And if you trade the same way all the time, same size all the time, in the long run, you will be a winner. You will make a profit. You will be able to pay bills. But if you do all over the board, one day you win big, one day you lose small, and then you need to keep it the same. Otherwise, you can't track what you're doing. You can't keep an eye on what you're doing. So anything other than that is gambling, and it's very dangerous, and you will lose your money. We've all done it. We've all been there. It doesn't work. Now, if you got a trade that's going into positive territory and you want to put in another trade, an add-on trade, and you see a reason to do so, then that's different. That's not gambling. That is using your technical expertise as when to put in another trade once you're already in profit. Because that profit that you're already in will be a good stop loss or a good way to keep you from having more money to be able to keep that trade going. But you got to be in the profit before you do that. You just can't keep stacking losing trades on there. Because if you start losing and losing, you keep stacking more trades, you're just going to blow your account. That's all. And this is all money management stuff, but it's stuff you need to hear. It's very important. Some people, we hear it and it don't sink in for years. That's the problem. We think we know better. We think we're above the boring money management stuff. We think we can just pick and choose whatever we want. You can try it. Didn't work for me. Doesn't mean it won't work for you, but the average people, it doesn't work for. You need to have a plan, a system, money management that tells you how much you're going to trade, when you're going to trade, and how much you can put in, when you can add on a trade or when you can take off a trade. Because also when you're into profit, you need to start pulling profit off before the thing just turns around and takes it all back, which it does do all the time. Everything retraces. You got to look at this. We went up, we'll retrace. Eventually this thing will retrace all the way. We make this thing smaller. Any move up, it always comes back halfway. Move up, it usually comes back. Goes up, comes back. Goes up, comes back. Goes up, comes back. Goes up, comes back. It will retrace, and if you're not careful, it'll suck your profit right back out. Whatever you just saw just went away, and that sucks. So that's why you got to be on that button. Now, on this Apex, we don't have any way of moving a stop loss or doing anything, so only thing we have is that button, or either get evaporated or you got that button that'll get you out of the trade. So when we're trading this, you got to be ready for anything. And right now we had a drop candle. We were up. We came back down. So hopefully we're going to push back up, but only time will tell. Our market cap trade's positive. That's great. That's a good thing. So things are looking good. So let's go ahead and end this video. We're waiting for this to come up to here or blow past here and close the trade. All right, you guys, here's a flag trade. It's an awesome trade. You can make a living doing this trade. So anyway, stay arb strong. I will talk to you later. Thank you very much.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.